Hello friends, Namaskar. I am Anil Kumar Srivastava. I shall today present you a story which has started from 1991, that is the role of the bureaucracy in the governance. As we find that there are the three parts of the government, that is two parts, the legislature and another one is uh, mm, uh, mm, mm, the executive, and these two generally rule the states. And then there is a third one, that is the courts. The courts are only to see that the legislature and the executive are working under the rule of law or under the rule of the constitution. They have an eye. The eye of the court is the eye of the constitution. So they see these every identity, that the rule of law or the constitution is practiced, or constitution is obeyed, or constitution is followed by these institutions. And then there is a fourth state, that is called the election commission. Election commission is makes a ground that for these all three institutions, so that they can easily work. Then we find that there is a role of the bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is a institution which is an eye and hand and foot of the legislature, and the orders of the legislature are given to the bureaucrats, and bureaucrats then serve the nation and the public. In the democracy, the government is chosen by the rich and the poor also, and it is the direction of the government under the rule of directive principle of state policy, that they should make equitable justice to all the classes who are backward, and the difference of income should be minimized. And we find in 1991 that the then government, Narasimha Rao government was there, and they thought, and they have a message, the finance minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, thought that these institutions, which are public institutions, are white elephant, and he said that these should be sold. So these things have been started. As we already know, in the democracy, there is a space for the bureaucrats, and it is bureaucrats who give justice and who implement all the plannings, all the schemes of the government, and that these finally reach to the grassroots level. So the role of the bureaucracy is very important for making India a welfare state. But that there should be a sufficient numbers of the democracy, sufficient number of the bureaucrats, and if the bureaucrats are minimized in the democracy, then the welfare state cannot run. As you already know, that there is a proper space for the bureaucrats in the legislature, because the constitution is there. But late in 1991, we have seen that the public institutions have been made privatized, and the many institutions have been sold, and these things are continuing even today. What will then happen? That is, we are moving towards the capitalism, and the capitalism is there. Then the work is done almost by one ठेकेदार, or the one person. The different amount of work is done by some ठेकेदार्स. So what is here the difference between the capitalism and democracy is that here the bureaucracy in the capitalism has to play a less role than what it plays in the democracy. Though democracy is a symbol of the welfare state. I mean, welfare state is to be applied in the true sense, then there will be a sufficient number of the bureaucrats, and because it is the bureaucracy which gives justice and which gives every plan to be implemented to the grassroots level. And because we are continuing towards the selling of these public sector units, and that is why we are going towards the capitalism. And here in the capitalism, only one person can do different many work, and that is why the people will not get that the fragrance of the welfare state. So what is here needed when we need more and more bureaucrats, so that the people should approach to the one bureaucrat or the other bureaucrat in different departments. But we have seen from 1991 there are the less recruitment of the government, and most of the work is done by the outsourcing persons. And as you already know that there are 3,500 IES throughout India, and besides it there are 45 lakhs employee of the central government, and 2 crore and 15 lakhs employee of the state governments. So these are the actual makers of the constitution, makers of the welfare state, and the numbers of recruitment is continuously getting down, and because the capitalism is getting more and more space in our nation. So the bureaucracy is thereby diminishing in terms of the numbers, and the persons who are getting service, these are through the outsourcing methods. So if the recruitment is not properly done, then there will be a great harm to the welfare state. So, and there will be further movement of the capitalism. So if Indian democracy has to become a true maker of the welfare state, then we should have full strength and further intensify and further increase the number of the bureaucrats or the employees. Only then our people will have a reach in case of justice to the schemes which are launched and which are implemented by bureaucrats. So here we have to see that the present state of affairs in India is in this direction or not, and it is the government that has to take the notice of these facts, because the bureaucracy will succeed and the constitution will succeed and the welfare state can succeed only if the more and more bureaucrats will be there for the service of the country and for the service of the poor. Thank you very much.